pitch to swing on, you'd think, as it goes for a strike. Lays off another one, and it's just in there for a strike. Hits this one. It's down for a hit. So that gives him a runner at first with one out. Ricky Roberts in the box now. In his last at-bat, he hits an inside pitch. Might drop. The center fielder grabs it for the second out. Stepping up to the plate now, Paul Murphy. He grounded out to second in his last at-bat. 2 away now. His second pitch here. Hits this one. It's deep. Will it drop in? And that'll be in there for a hit. And he advances to second base. So they're in prime position now. His first pitch. Goes after the first pitch. Gets his bat on it. It's a high fly ball to left. This one's got a chance. Bautista catches it, and that's the inning. So they're able to get things going, but they come up empty-handed. We're entering the fourth inning here, starting with their number 7 man in the order. The Dominican Republic gets set to bat. Adam Flores looking to get something started. In his last at-bat, he hit a clutch single. The Australian Nationals have got a lot of work to do here as we start the fourth. Struck him out. That's out number 1. Tyler Obando gets set in the box. In his last at-bat, he tied the game with a sacrifice fly. Swings at the first pitch. It's a high fly ball moving fast. It's going. It's off the wall. So that gives him a runner at first with one out. Striding to the plate now, Hiram Abrego. He's having a multi-hit game. Goes to his breaking ball to open, but it's the ball. Second pitch on its way. Swings and misses at a pitch down in the zone. Misses down low. He's hit that one well. It's down for a hit. Australia are up against the wall here. One out, runners on first and second. We come full circle to the leadoff man, Roberto Avila. In his last at-bat, he gave his team the lead with a clutch single. Let's see how he starts this at-bat. Fly rule. Taking his stand, Wade Robinson. He's 3 for 3 so far, looking to keep the streak alive. 2 away now. Waves and misses, pure speed there to beat him. Behind in the count now. The hitter strikes out swinging. 3 down, and we'll change sides. Well, they reached base, but they can't turn it into runs. 11-6 is the score. The Dominican Republic leading this one. Australia are all set to begin batting here in the bottom of the fourth. Next in the lineup, Roberto Avila. Flawless so far, he's 2 for 2. The Australian National. First offering is a called strike. That's 2 swings and misses in a row. Pulls that one. And that'll be in there for a hit. Australia has their leadoff man on. So there's a runner on first with nobody out. He seemed a little unsettled on that delivery. He connects. It's down for a hit. The center fielder can't hold on to it. Picks it up. So they've set up a great opportunity here. So they've got men on first. Now coming to the plate, Lucas Hunt. In his last at-bat, he reached base on a single. Nobody out with runners on the corners. A hitter's pitch, some might say, but the batter laid off for some reason. He lifts up an inside pitch. Heading to right center. Runner on third tags up. And the run comes in. Australia digging in, Idris Taylor. First pitch. And the second baseman has it. To first, he's out. It's a twin killing. Australia managed to cut into the lead. After 4, 11-7's the score. Australia stringing enough together to score. It's the top of the 5th. The Dominican Republic will start this inning at the heart of their order. Up to bat comes Matthew Robinson. In his last at-bat, he hit a clutch double. The Australia Nationals are behind as we begin the 5th. That's foul. Hits this one. It takes a hop into center field. The leadoff batter is allowed to reach base. A lot of movement on the breaking ball. Strike 1. Takes this one the opposite way. That's a base hit. Australia are up against the wall here, so they've got it. He connects to center. A big fly ball, but there's not enough on it. The runner on second tags up. Now at the plate, Donnie Velasquez. One down. They're not out of danger yet. Swings at a wild pitch out of the zone. In there. Called strike. He's behind in the count with 2 strikes. Gets his bat on it. It's caught for the second out. Heading to the batter's box, Adam Flores. There's 2 away. They're not over the hill yet. In there on the edge of the zone for a strike. A weak roller. The shortstop comes in on it. Wade Robinson. And the run comes in. And it comes courtesy of an error. It's 12-7. Australia. Tyler Obando is ready to go. In his last at-bat, he reached base on a single. Let's see what his first pitch is. Shaw to first. It's the bottom of the 5th. Trying to close the gap here. Australia gets set to bat. In the box now, Wade Robinson. He grounded out to the pitcher in his last at bat. The Australia Nationals have lost some ground as they take their turn in the batter's box here in the 5th. Third pitch on its way. Pitch is down, but in there. A 1-ball, 2-strike count now. Hits one down the middle. In for a called strike. Hits this one. Taking a stand, Ricky Roberts. He flied out to center field in his last at bat. Nobody out with runners on the corners. Roberts takes a big swing at the first offering. Nasty movement on the breaking ball to get the called strike. And so, hits one down the middle. Australia has got it. Now at the plate, Paul Murphy. They're doing a good job of building momentum here. Tries to get the runner on first. The batter is thanking his lucky stars on that one. connects. We're back at the top of the lineup. Now batting, Benjamin Hughes. Australia have struck back with 1 run this inning and now set their sights on closing the gap. Between third and short. And the run comes in from third. The runner from second scores as well. Hughes brings in a couple to lead the fight back. It's 12-10. The Dominican Republic have their lead reduced by 2. Let's... Fastball for the first pitch, and it's in there for a strike. Breaking ball inside. Roberto Avila is certainly aware that the pitcher is looking for that. Pops up the inside pitch. Takes a hop. That's a hit. The runner from second base is rounding third. The run comes in from second. The batter came through when it counted. The Dominican... Heading to the batter's box, Ender Cruz. They're doing a good job of building momentum here. Big swing at the first delivery for strike number 1. Strike, high in the zone. Behind in the count now, 2 strikes. Hit toward the pitcher. The center fielder comes forward. Into short center field, and that'll be a hit. It's a hit into center. Now they're really in business. Lucas Hunt gets set in the box. Australia have struck back with 4 runs this inning, and now with a chance to leapfrog their opponent. Line drive to center field. This could be a big one. And the tying run tags up to the cutoff man. And the run scores from third. Hunt. Here's that play again as they top. Now at the plate, Idris Taylor. There's 1 out. They're doing a good job of building momentum here. Fastball. The second baseman gets to it. Throws to first. It's a double play. And that will retire the side. Australia. Settling in, Hiram Abrego. He's 3 for 3 so far. Unstoppable at the plate. The Australian Nationals begin the 6th with the score tied. Hits a high pitch. It's a fly to left center. Looks like he's under it. The left fielder makes the catch. We've come full circle to the leadoff man, Roberto Avila. He was out on an infield fly ball in his last at-bat. 1 away here, no base runner. Hits this one. And that'll be in there for a hit. He rounds first. And he makes it to second. Runner on second with 1. And as you can see, the pitcher left. First pitch on its way. A first pitch swing. Can't get to it. Throws to the cutoff man. Throws home. He tags the runner for the second out. So there's a runner on first. Next up, Matthew Robinson. In his last at-bat, he hit a single to center. He connects. Into short center field, and that'll be a hit. Australia are up against the wall here. 2 out. Stepping in as the pinch hitter, Henry Ruiz. The Dominican Republic have 3 hits in the inning. Inside pitch. A slow roller. The first baseman gets to it. They get the runner at first for out number. It's the bottom of the 6th. Australia gets set to bat. Digging in, Wade Robinson. In his last at-bat, he had a single to right. The Australian Nationals come to bat here in the 6th with the score tied. That's foul. Hits this one. The second baseman scoops it up. He's out, 1 gone. Stepping in as a designated hitter, Victor Delgado. In his last at-bat, he had a single to right. His first pitch now. First pitch taken for a strike. Lets another go by for a strike, so some catching up to do for the batter, Delgado. It's a ball. Watches that one go by for the strikeout. That's out number 2. Digging in, Ricky Roberts. In his last at-bat, he hit a clutch single. 2 away, bases empty. Goes with the fastball to start. Gets the strike on the high fastball. 0-2 now. Locked him up for strike 3. 3 down, and we'll change sides. Australia are retired 3 up. It's the top of the 7th. The Dominican Republic gets set to bat. Coming up next, Ender Cruz. He flied out to center field in his last at-bat. The Australia Nationals begin the 7th with the score tie. Hits a high pitch. That's foul. Goes down via the breaking ball. That's 1 down. Now up, Dottie Velasquez. He lined out to short in his last at-bat. He smacks the first pitch. That's a foul ball.
Your safety is our top priority.
Down and away, and he gets him a swing. 2 quick strikes here. Let's see if he goes outside next. Struck him out. Up now is their DH, Adam Flores. In his last at-bat, he reached base on an error. 2 outs, bases empty. Hits this one. It's down for a hit. 2 out, runner on first. And the batter was next in the lineup, Tyler Obando. He grounded out to the pitcher in his last at-bat. Again, a swing at the first pitch. And that's in play for a hit. The runner on first, round second, going for third. It's a hit to left center field. So the single allows the runner. Stepping in as the pinch hitter, Joshua Mitchell. 2 away, runners on first and third. Can't make contact with the breaking pitch. Drives one to left center field. Takes a hop, that's a hit. The runner on first is rounding second. Throw to home. The runner from first scores 2. And he's having himself a road trip. Mitchell delivers with a 2. Heading to the batter's box, Roberto Avila. They're not out of this jam yet. Hooks that one. Flies down the line. Caught for out number 3. They were certainly eager. Trying to close the gap here. Australia gets set to bat. Digging in, Paul Murphy. In his last at-bat, he reached base on a single. The Australia Nationals are behind as they take their turn to bat in the 7th. Low and swung on for a strike. Looked to be a good one to take a cut at, but he decided to let that one go. Hits this one. This looks like it's going to land in play. And that'll be in there for a hit. And he rounds first. And he advances to second base. Stepping in as the pinch hitter, Freddie Escobar. First pitch here. First pitch, and it's a fastball for strike 1. Called strike inside corner. He's behind in the count with 2 strikes. Pickoff attempt. Let's see if he challenges him. This one's in the air. Will it drop fair? First base line bounces, and it's fair. The run comes in from second. Escobar. And there's the clutch pinch hit. It looks like digging in, Roberto Avila. In his last at-bat, he hit a clutch single. Australia has a tying run aboard. Inside, looking to get that double play ball. Roberto Avila is certainly aware that the pitcher is looking for a double play here. Struck him out looking. That's out number 1. Ender Cruz in the box now. He's recorded 4 hits, including a home run so far today. Australia has a tying run aboard. His third pitch now. Lines one to right field. Takes a hop. That's a hit. He rounds second to the cutoff man. It's a hit into right. And that single allows their 4th bat of the hit now. Lucas Hunt. Australia have struck back with 1 down in the zone. Gets past the infield into center. The runner on first, ground second, going for third. He tags the runner for the second out. Punch! Smacks it. He came through big time there. Gets the fastball in there. High up on the inside corner for a strike. 0-2 is the count. Throws him for the strikeout looking. 3 down, and we'll change sides. Wade Robinson in the box now. In his last at bat, he hit a single to center. The Australian Nationals begin the 8th with the score tie. That's foul. 0-1 is the count. Hits it, a weak roller. He collects it. That'll be an error charge to the shortstop. The leadoff batter is allowed to reach base. Up now is the defensive replacement, Leonai Campos. A breaking ball that just disappeared on him. Down in the zone. Hops along the infield. And the first baseman has it. They get him out at first. Now at the plate, Henry Ruiz. 1 down. They'll want to prevent the go-ahead run here. Down the third base line. A foul ball. Drives one to left center field. Takes a hop. That's a hit. The potential go-ahead run rounds third. Throws to the cutoff man. The run comes in from second. Ruiz delivers with an RBI double. It's 15-14. Australia have allowed the go-ahead run. So they fail to contain the damage as they give up the lead here in the late stages of the game. So there goes the lead late in this one. It looks like Ender Cruz in the box now. Australia have given up 1 run in the inning. So they've allowed their opponent to get ahead again. And that goes foul. Lines one to right field. Takes a hop. That's a hit. The runner from second base is rounding third. The run comes in from second. Cruz knocks an RBI double. He's a tough opponent for any pitcher, and he's proven it again here with a clutch hit to give them some breathing room. Into the final stretch here, and some costly scoring puts them even further behind. Heading to the batter's box, Dottie Velasquez. They still find themselves in a pressure situation here. Gets the whip on the breaking ball to start. That looked like a ball, but he misses on the reach. Hit toward the pitcher. That's up the gap. They can add to their total if the runner on second comes around. To the cutoff man. The run comes in from second. Velasquez. He's a tough opponent for... Hits the first pitch. Drifting. That's foul. Hits one down the middle. It lands in shallow center field. Australia are up against the wall here. 1 out, runners on first and second. Australia is going to substitute their pitcher. Hanam Lee will be their 5th pitcher to take the mound. Tyler Obando in the box now. Australia have given up 3 runs in the inning. So they've let their opponent take the lead once again and have allowed runners to get in scoring position here. His second pitch now. This one's in the air. The right fielder comes forward, and that'll be a base hit. A throw to home. It's a hit into right. Are really struggling right now. Now at the plate, Joshua Mitchell. They're not out of the woods yet as the bases are loaded. Can't make contact with the breaking pitch. So he's set up for the strikeout here. What will be the pitch to get it, though? Lines one to right field. Takes a hop. That's a hit. The runner from second base rounds third. The runner from second scores as well. Mitchell delivers with a 2 RBI double. Australia continue to give up runs. So they fail to contain the damage as their opponent tacks onto their score to widen the gap here. The clock is ticking here, and that may be the final nail in the coffin. We're back at the top of the lineup. Now batting, Roberto Avila. Australia find themselves pitching from behind after surrendering the lead. That's foul. Second pitch now. He connects. Themselves pitching from behind. Hits one down the middle. It's a high arcing fly. Splits the outfield and drops down for a hit. And he makes it to second. Australia are really in a bind here. One out, runners on second and third. A defensive replacement today. Now batting, Leoni Campos. He grounded out to first in his last at bat. That's foul. 0-2 now. Hits one down the middle. And that'll be in there for a hit. He passes third, and the run comes in. The runner from second scores as well. And he advances to second base. And they're pulling away. Australia. Up now is the previous pinch runner, Shmuel Espinosa. Australia find themselves pitching from behind after surrendering the lead. His second pitch here. Hits this one. It's down for a hit. The runner from second rounds third. He'll try to score. The run comes in from second. Australia are still in a pickle here. At the plate now, Ender Cruz. In his last at-bat, he hit a clutch double. Australia find themselves pitching from behind after surrendering the lead. Misses on the breaking ball. Lays off the inside fastball. Hits this one past the shortstop. The runner from second rounds third. The run comes in from second. Cruz with an arm. Donnie Velasquez is the next hitter. In his last at-bat, he hit a clutch single. Australia find themselves pitching from behind after surrendering the lead. Hits this one. It hits the ground in shallow center field. Australia are up against the wall here. One out, runners on first and second. Stepping in as a designated hitter, Adam Flores. In his last at-bat, he hit a single to center. You'd expect him to get something on a weak breaking ball like that, but he misses. He's made contact. Deep to center. He's skied it high. The runner on second is on the move. The tag at third is not in time. Tyler Obando gets set in the box. In his last at-bat, he had a single to right. Hits this one. And that'll be in there for a hit. The runner from first round second going for third. Over to second. He gets to second and puts the brakes on. Australia. Joshua Mitchell comes up to bat. In his last at-bat, he hit a clutch double. Australia find themselves pitching from he hits it out. It's in there for a hit to shallow center. He passes third, and the run comes in. The runner from second scores as well, and they're pulling away. Mitchell with a 2 RBI base hit to center. His first pitch. Swings at the first pitch. This looks like it's going to land in play. It's down for a hit. Australia are up against the wall here. 2 out, runners on first and third. Now in the box, Wade Robinson. In his last at-bat, he had a double to center. That's foul. Second pitch on its way. He connects. And that'll be in there for a hit. The runner on first round second going for third. He tags the runner for the third out. The Dominican Republic take the driver's seat in this one. The Dominican... It's the bottom. Wade Robinson stands in. He grounded out to second in his last at-bat. The Australian Nationals have lost some ground as they take their turn in the batter's box here in the 8th. 2 quick strikes here. Hits it. A short fly ball. That's a base hit. Australia has their lead. That one got away from him in a hurry. His second pitch now. He swings this time but can't get to it. Lays off the pitch this time, and it's the right decision as it's called a ball. Hits the ball. Soto to second. To first, he's out, and they turn 2. Ricky Roberts is ready to go. He struck out looking in his last at-bat. Wave and a miss. It's the ball. Upper inside corner for a strike. A ball and 2 strikes. Hits this one. And that'll be in there for a hit. Australia gets a man on. 2 out, runner on first. Next up, Paul Murphy. In his last at-bat, he had a double to center. Bottom of the zone for a called strike. In for a strike. 1 and 2 is the count. Hits the ball. It's down for a hit. Goes to third. That sets up a run-scoring chance. 2 out, runners on first and second. Up now is the previous pinch runner, Jack Flores. Australia have managed to register 3 hits in the inning, but it hasn't led to any runs yet. In low for a ball. Shortstop has it. He gets the force at second, and that'll be all this inning. Wow, let's take one more look at that play. So they're able to get things going, but they come up empty-handed. The Dominican Republic, well in control of this one. We've entered the 9th inning here. The Dominican Republic gets set to bat. Leonai Campos looking to get something started. Hits this one. And that'll be in there for a hit. The leadoff batter is allowed to reach base. So there's a runner on first with nobody out. Up now is the defensive replacement, Ciprian Soto. Hits this one. It's down for a hit. Australia are up against the wall here. So they've got... Hits one to right. This could be big. To the wall. Not quite into the stand. Goes to the cutoff man. Third. The run comes in from second. Landon gets a hit. Australia. Up now is the defensive replacement, Odell Chavez. Hits the down the middle delivery. Takes a bounce for a hit to the cutoff man, and the run comes in from third. Chavez. Up now is their DH, Adam Flores. A short fly ball. Takes a hop. That's a hit. The runner on first, round second, going for third. Flores. Taking his stand, Tyler Obando. In his last at-bat, he hit a clutch double. Let's see how he starts this at-bat. That's a foul ball. 0-1 count. Between first and second. Grabs it for an out. So that gives them runners at the corners with 1 out. Up to the plate, Joshua Mitchell. In his last at-bat, he hit a clutch single. The Dominican lines one to right field. Takes a hop. That's a hit. And the run scores from third. Mitchell gets a hit to add it. Up now is the defensive replacement, Derek Sevilla. Another first pitch swing. And that's in play for a hit. The runner from second base rounds third. Here's the throw. The run comes in from second. Sevilla! Wade Robinson steps up to the plate. In his last at-bat, he hit a clutch single. Line drive left field. Takes a hop, that's a hit. The runner on first is rounding second, and the run comes in from third. Robbins digging in, Leone Campos. In his last at-bat, he hit a single to center. The Dominican Republic hits the inside delivery. The left fielder tracks it. Takes a bounce for a hit. Goes to the cutoff man. Opts for home. And the run scores from third. A defensive replacement today. Now batting, Ciprian Soto. In his last at-bat, he hit a single to center. This one's in the air. Caught for an out. So that gives them runners at first and second with 2 gone. A defensive replacement today. Now batting, Volker Blandon. In his last at-bat, he hit a clutch. This one's in the air. Down the first base line, that's a fair ball. To the cutoff man. The run comes in from second. Blandon! A defensive replacement today. Now batting, Odell Chavez. In his last at-bat, he hit a clutch single. Between third and short. Tracked through the infield. Goes to the cutoff man. And the run comes in from third. Stepping in as a designated hitter, Adam Flores. In his last at-bat, he hit a clutch single. Hit toward the pitcher. Clocked for out number 3. They were certainly... Australia will head to the plate here in the last inning of the game. Roberto Avila takes his place at the plate. He struck out looking in his last at-bat. The Australian national hit the other way to the right side. Heading to right. The right fielder has it, 1 out. Ender Cruz is the next hitter. A spectacular performance from him today. 5 total hits, including that's foul. Right down the middle, but he chooses to lay off it. He pulls it. That's in there to right field. So that gives him a runner at first with 1 out. Next in the lineup, Lucas Hunt. In his last at-bat, he tied the game on a clutch single. And that hits him. Next in the lineup, Idris Taylor. He struck out looking in his last at-bat. Taylor takes a big swing at the first offering. Bold strike inside corner, top of the zone. And so the man on the mound hangs fastball. That's up the gap. Let's see if the runner on second can make it home. It's a hit into right. Now they're really in business. Now coming to the plate, Wade Robinson. In his last at-bat, he reached base on a single. Second pitch now. Swing and a miss on an upstairs fastball. Behind in the count now, 2 strikes. Down the left field line. Drives it deep. No chance. Home run. Robinson. Up now is their DH, Victor Delgado. His last appearance saw him hit a grounder to second and into a double play. Australia are now enjoying a comfort. That's foul. It's 0-2. Goes down via the breaking ball. And down he goes. Digging in, Ricky Roberts. In his last at-bat, he hit a single to right. Australia have seen at least 7 from their lineup step up to the batter's box so far this inning. And out here, and the game is over. Hit the other way to the right side. And that'll be in there for a hit. Australia gets a man on. 2 out, runner on first. Paul Murphy settling in now. In his last at-bat, he had a single to right. It's a 2-strike count here. He hits an inside pitch. It's on its way down. He gets a hit. Dropped nicely in the shallow center. That sets up a run-scoring chance. First pitch. Fastball. That's up the gap. Let's see if the runner on second can make it home. The run comes in from second. The Dominican. Taking his stand, Roberto Avila. Australia must be seeing the baseball. Inside pitch. The third baseman gets to it. He's out at first. That's 3 outs and the ball game. They showed guts to keep this one close until the very final out. A heartbreaking way to see it end. Australia suffers the unfortunate loss today. A one-sided loss like this can look bad on the surface, but can sometimes be much easier to bounce back from. That said, if you were looking for a reason for their defeat, well, you got your pick of the litter because there were many. The Dominican Republic takes this one, racking up a huge lead to see them coast to victory. For everyone on the broadcast team, I'm Josh Lewitt. Thank you for tuning in, and see you next time.